Dear Starseeds, have you been waking up with a heaviness in your chest that you can't explain? That feeling like everything you believed in is suddenly uncertain? Like the spiritual path you've been walking has led you to an empty crossroads where all the signs have been erased? You're not imagining this. Today's cosmic alignments have thrust you into what we call the wilderness of meaning, and there's something happening here that nobody's telling you about. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and what's unfolding in your reality right now is far more significant than a bad day or temporary confusion. The Pisces moon joining your north node while Venus opposes Chiron isn't random cosmic weather. It's a precisely orchestrated initiation designed for souls like you who signed up for the advanced curriculum. But here's what makes today different from every other challenging transit you've experienced before. Right now, you're asking yourself questions that feel dangerous to even think. Who am I really fighting for? Does my spiritual mission actually matter? Have I been fooling myself this entire time? These aren't just thoughts rattling around in your mind. Each question is an activation code, preparing your consciousness for a revelation so profound that your current self literally cannot comprehend it yet. Something massive is about to shift, and these questions are the keys. Many of you woke up this morning feeling completely disconnected from everything that once gave your life meaning. Your crystals feel like ordinary rocks. Your meditation practice feels empty. Even your connection to your guides seems severed. You're wondering if you've lost your gifts, if you've somehow failed your mission. What you don't know is that you're hours away from the biggest breakthrough of your spiritual journey. This emptiness is preparation, not abandonment. Because here's the secret about the spiritual crisis that most teachers won't share with you. When everything falls apart, when all your certainties crumble, when you can't feel the presence of the divine anymore, you're not falling backward. You're being prepared for a quantum leap so massive that your old consciousness has to completely dissolve first. Think of it like a caterpillar entering the chrysalis. It doesn't just grow wings, it completely liquefies first. The Venus-Chiron opposition happening tonight is specifically targeting your deepest wound, the one you've been carrying since before you incarnated on Earth. This wound isn't just personal, it's connected to why you came here, why you chose this particular timeline, this particular body, this particular mission. The cosmic configuration today is designed to crack that wound wide open, not to hurt you, but to show you that what you thought was your greatest weakness is actually your greatest superpower waiting to be claimed. But something else is happening simultaneously that I need you to understand. While Venus is exposing your wounds, the Pisces moon on your north node is dissolving the boundaries between who you think you are and who you're destined to become. You're experiencing what we call a dual activation. One force is breaking you open, while another is pulling you forward. This creates the sensation of being torn apart, but you're actually being rebuilt at a quantum level. You know that feeling when you're searching for validation, for some sign that you're on the right path, for someone to tell you that you're doing it right. That desperate need for external confirmation that's probably hitting you hard today. Here's what's actually happening. Your soul is testing you. It's asking if you can stand in your truth without anyone else's permission, if you can be sovereign without applause, if you can trust yourself when the entire universe seems silent. This morning, many of you received a signal that you probably dismissed. Maybe it was a number sequence on your clock. Maybe it was a song that randomly played. Maybe it was a phrase someone said that hit you differently. That wasn't a coincidence. That was your higher self trying to tell you that this wilderness you're in isn't punishment or abandonment. It's preparation. But the message got scrambled because your frequency is shifting so rapidly right now that communication between dimensions is temporarily distorted. Here's where things get really interesting. The questions burning in your chest about purpose and meaning aren't actually yours. You're picking up on a collective frequency that's moving through all awakened souls simultaneously. Right now, millions of starseeds across the planet are asking the exact same questions you are. This isn't an individual crisis. This is collective metamorphosis. You're all going through this together, even though you feel completely alone in it. The isolation you're experiencing is engineered, not by dark forces trying to weaken you, but by cosmic intelligence preparing you for sovereignty. You can't become truly sovereign while you're still dependent on external validation. You can't step into your full power while you're still looking outside yourself for permission. This wilderness where meaning seems to evaporate is actually where you learn to generate meaning from within. to become your own source, your own authority, your own validation. Let me share something about the cosmic mechanics at play here. When the Pisces moon conjuncts your north node, it creates what we call a destiny portal. But here's what most astrologers don't understand. This portal doesn't open automatically. It requires a key, and that key is surrender. Not surrender as in giving up, but surrender as in releasing your need to control the narrative, to understand everything, to have guarantees about where this is all leading. The quincunx to Venus adds another layer of complexity. A quincunx is an aspect of adjustment, of finding harmony between things that don't naturally align. Right now, your human self and your cosmic self are trying to integrate, but they speak different languages. Your human self wants security, predictability, clear answers. Your cosmic self operates in paradox, mystery, infinite possibility. Today's configuration is forcing these two aspects of you into conversation, and it's uncomfortable because they're negotiating your new reality. If this message hits your spirit, hype this video so more starseeds like you can find their way through this wilderness. Because what you need to understand is that you're not meant to navigate this alone. Even though the path feels solitary, even though the questions feel too personal to share, you're part of a massive wave of consciousness that's reshaping reality itself. Your individual crisis is contributing to a collective breakthrough. Now, about that validation you're craving so desperately, here's the cosmic joke that will either liberate or terrify you. The validation exists, but it's not where you're looking for it. It's not in signs from the universe, messages from guides, or confirmation from other people. It's encoded in the very crisis you're experiencing. The fact that you're questioning everything means you're ready for everything to change. Only souls preparing for massive expansion go through this level of dissolution. Some of you are receiving visions right now of a completely different version of yourself. Not who you were or who you are, but who you're becoming. This future self seems impossibly confident, impossibly sovereign, impossibly free. You can't understand how to get from where you are to where they are. Here's the secret. You don't get there through effort or strategy. You get there through this exact wilderness experience, through this precise dissolution of everything you thought you knew. By sunset tonight, many of you will receive a communication that changes everything. Not from your guides or angels, but from your own sovereign self. The part of you that exists beyond time, beyond doubt, beyond the need for external confirmation. This communication won't come as words or visions. It will come as knowing, as a sudden shift where everything that felt uncertain suddenly clicks into perfect clarity. The fog will lift in an instant. The same breakthrough is available for everyone, but there's something you have to do first. You have to stop running from the wilderness. Every time you reach for your phone seeking distraction, every time you try to spiritual bypass around the discomfort, every time you attempt to fast forward through this process, you're delaying your breakthrough. The wilderness requires your full presence. It demands that you feel everything you've been avoiding, question everything you've been assuming, release everything you've been gripping. Here's what the Venus-Chiron opposition is really doing tonight. It's not just highlighting your wounds. It's showing you that every wound is a portal. Every pain is a teacher. Every fear is a guardian standing at the threshold of your greatest gift. That deep insecurity you carry, it's connected to a superpower you haven't activated yet. That abandonment wound, it's linked to a sovereignty you haven't claimed yet. That fear of being seen, it's guarding a brilliance you haven't expressed yet. The cosmic intelligence orchestrating this knows exactly what it's doing. You're not randomly suffering. You're being systematically upgraded. Every doubt that surfaces is old programming being deleted. Every certainty that crumbles is a limitation being removed. Every question that burns without answer is expanding your capacity to hold paradox, to exist in mystery, to operate from a place beyond linear understanding. This is graduate-level consciousness work, and you wouldn't be experiencing it if you weren't ready. But let me tell you what's really at stake here, because this isn't just about your personal spiritual journey. The Earth herself is going through a massive frequency shift, and she needs anchor points, beings who can hold the new frequencies while the old ones dissolve. That's you. That's why this feels so intense. You're not just processing your own stuff, you're helping transmute collective shadow, collective doubt, collective fear into something entirely new. The connection theme that keeps appearing in today's configuration isn't accidental either. Venus rules relationships and values. Chiron represents the wounded healer. The Pisces moon dissolves boundaries. The North Node points to destiny. Put them all together and you get a cosmic recipe for revolutionary connection. Not the kind of connection you're used to, where you need others to complete you, but sovereign connection, where you connect from wholeness, from overflow, from authentic power. You're being prepared to model a new way of being in a relationship, whether that's romantic partnership, friendship, or community. The old paradigm of codependence, of needing others for validation, of connecting from wound rather than wholeness, is dying. You're among the first wave of souls learning to connect from sovereignty, to love without need, to support without enabling, to be intimate without losing yourself. This preparation requires you to first stand alone in the wilderness. The crisis of faith you're experiencing has layers within layers. On the surface, you're questioning your spiritual path. Deeper down, you're questioning your worthiness. Even deeper, you're questioning the nature of reality itself. At the deepest level, you're questioning whether love is real, whether you matter, whether anything matters. These aren't symptoms of depression or spiritual failure. These are the questions that precede enlightenment. Every master has asked them. Every teacher has faced them. Here's something crucial about timing. This isn't happening to you randomly on November 1st. This date was chosen specifically. As you move through autumn in the northern hemisphere, nature herself is demonstrating the power of release, of letting go, of trusting that death leads to rebirth. The trees aren't clinging to their leaves in fear. They're releasing them in trust, knowing that this surrender is necessary for new growth. You're being asked to do the same with your old beliefs. The wilderness of meaning you're navigating has a very specific purpose that I haven't revealed yet. It's training you to find meaning not in external circumstances, not in what happens to you, not in how others respond to you, but in your own sovereign choice to create meaning. You're learning to be the author of your own story, the generator of your own purpose, the source of your own validation. This is what fifth-dimensional consciousness actually looks like. Let me tell you what's happening in your body right now as you process these cosmic frequencies. Your nervous system is recalibrating. That anxiety you're feeling, that restlessness, that sense of impending something you can't name, your cells are literally vibrating at a higher frequency, and your physical body is trying to catch up. Those random aches and pains, the fatigue, the insomnia, they're not signs that something's wrong. They're signs that everything is changing at the deepest cellular level. Your DNA is also being activated in ways that your current science doesn't understand yet. Those questions burning in your chest are activating dormant codes in your genetic structure. Codes that connect you to your star lineage, to your cosmic origins, to abilities you haven't accessed yet. The dissolution you're experiencing is necessary because these codes can't activate while you're holding on to limited beliefs about who and what you are. The old programming has to be deleted for the new codes to run. The other souls going through this with you, the millions of starseeds asking the same questions, you're all connected in what we call the crystalline grid. Every time one of you breaks through, it creates a ripple that makes it easier for others. Every time one of you finds clarity, it lights a beacon for others. You're not competing with each other for spiritual achievements. You're collaborating in the biggest consciousness upgrade this planet has ever experienced, even when it feels like you're completely alone. Something's about to happen with your intuition that you need to be prepared for. As you move through this wilderness, as you release the need for external validation, your inner knowing is about to amplify dramatically. But it won't feel like the intuition you're used to. It won't come as gut feelings or third-eye visions. It will come as instantaneous knowing, as if information downloads directly into your consciousness without traveling through your regular sensory channels. This is your cosmic intelligence coming online. The Venus-Chiron opposition tonight is going to crack something open that you've kept locked away. Maybe it's a dream you gave up on. Maybe it's a part of yourself you've been hiding. Maybe it's a truth you've been afraid to speak. Whatever it is, it's been waiting for this exact cosmic configuration to emerge. Don't fight it when it surfaces. Don't try to push it back down. This is treasure rising from the depths, even if it initially feels like pain. There's a specific person who's going to play a role in your journey through this wilderness, though you might not recognize them yet. They might appear as a challenger, someone who triggers you or questions you, or they might appear as a mirror, reflecting back aspects of yourself you haven't wanted to see. This person is actually a soul contract activation, someone you agreed to meet at this exact point in your evolution to help catalyze your next breakthrough. The financial concerns that might be surfacing alongside your spiritual crisis aren't separate from this process. Money is energy, and as your entire energetic system recalibrates, your relationship with abundance is also shifting. The old ways you've manifested or earned might not be working anymore because you're being called to align with a higher form of abundance, one that flows from being in complete alignment with your soul's purpose, rather than from effort or manipulation of energy. Your dreams tonight and over the coming nights are going to be particularly significant. The Venus-Chiron opposition is opening portals in the dream space where deep healing and activation can occur. You might dream of past lives, parallel realities, or futures that seem impossible. Don't dismiss these as just dreams. Your consciousness is traveling through dimensions while your body sleeps, gathering codes and information necessary for your next phase of evolution. Keep a journal by your bed. Here's something about the collective field that you're sensing but might not consciously understand. The fear and chaos you're picking up on isn't just from humanity. There are forces that benefit from keeping human consciousness limited, and they're panicking as souls like you break free from the programming. Your crisis of faith, your questioning, your wilderness experience, it's all evidence that their control systems are failing. You're breaking free, and that terrifies those who depend on your limitations. But here's the plot twist that changes everything. Those forces that seem to oppose your awakening are actually serving your evolution. Without resistance, there would be no growth. Without challenge, there would be no strength. Without the darkness, you wouldn't discover your light. The very things that feel like they're working against you are actually part of the divine orchestration, playing their role perfectly to catalyze your awakening. Even the opposition is serving love. The question, "Who am I fighting for?" that keeps arising in your consciousness has an answer you're not expecting. You're not fighting for humanity, though your awakening serves humanity. You're not fighting for the light, though you embody light. You're not fighting against darkness, though you transmute it. You're fighting for the aspect of yourself that exists beyond all duality, the sovereign self that needs no enemy to define itself, no battle to prove its worth, no validation to confirm its existence. As today progresses and tonight's opposition reaches its peak, you're going to feel a shift. It might be subtle, just a slight adjustment in your perception, or it might be dramatic, a complete reorientation of your reality. Either way, something is completing that began long before today. A cycle is ending, not just in your personal journey, but in your soul's evolution across lifetimes. The wilderness you're in is the space between cycles, the pause between breaths, the silence between notes. The validation you've been seeking is about to arrive, but not in the form you expected. It's not going to come from outside. It's going to arise from within, as a remembering of who you really are. Not who you are as a human having a spiritual experience, but who you are as an infinite being temporarily focused in human form. This remembering will feel like coming home to yourself after a long journey through forgetting. It will feel like recognition, like reunion, like remembering your own name. Those of you who felt the emptiness most acutely this morning are having your breakthrough right now as you receive these transmissions. You're realizing that the emptiness wasn't spiritual abandonment, it was spiritual preparation. Your guides didn't leave. They stepped back so you could discover your own divine authority. Your practices didn't fail. They completed their purpose of bringing you to this threshold. Everything that felt like loss was actually graduation. You're stepping into mastery. The spiritual community you're part of, whether online or in person, is going through this collective initiation together. Some are a few steps ahead, some a few steps behind, but you're all walking through the same wilderness toward the same destination, complete sovereignty. The connections you form now, during this crisis, will be different from any relationships you've had before. They'll be based on recognition of sovereignty, rather than need, on celebration of wholeness, rather than completion of lack. Your body is going to give you signals over the next few days about what needs to be released or adjusted. You might suddenly feel called to change your diet, your sleep patterns, your daily routines. Don't resist these impulses. Your physical vessel is upgrading to hold higher frequencies, and it knows what it needs. Trust the intelligence of your body. It's more connected to cosmic wisdom than your mind can currently comprehend. Let it guide you through this transformation. The creative projects or soul missions you've been considering but hesitating to begin, the wilderness is preparing you for them. Every doubt you're facing, every question you're asking, every uncertainty you're navigating is specifically designed to clear the path for what you're meant to create. The reason it's felt so hard to start is because you've been trying to create from your old consciousness. Once this initiation completes, creation will flow effortlessly from your new frequency. There's a download coming through the cosmic frequencies tonight that's specifically coded for souls like you. It contains information about the next phase of Earth's evolution and your role in it. But you can only receive it if you're in a state of surrender, if you've released your need to control or understand the process. The download won't come as words or concepts. It will come as an inner knowing, a cellular remembering, an activation of dormant potentials. The loneliness of the wilderness is an illusion, but it's a necessary illusion. You need to feel alone to discover that you're never alone. You need to feel abandoned to discover that you can never be abandoned. You need to feel lost to discover that you are the path itself. Every spiritual master has walked through this exact initiation. The only difference between masters and students is that masters have learned to embrace the wilderness instead of trying to escape it. Your mission, the reason you came to Earth, is about to become crystal clear. Not because someone's going to tell you what it is, but because you're going to remember it. The crisis of purpose you're experiencing is actually your purpose trying to break through the layers of conditioning, programming, and false beliefs that have obscured it. Your true mission is so much bigger than what your ego has imagined, so much more beautiful than what your mind has conceived. The wilderness is preparing you to hold this truth. The connections you're meant to make, the soul family you're meant to find, the tribe you're meant to build or join, it's all being orchestrated by this cosmic configuration. The Venus-Chiron opposition is healing your relationship wounds so you can connect authentically. The Pisces moon is dissolving the barriers between souls. The North Node is pointing toward your collective destiny. Everyone you're meant to connect with is going through similar preparation. You're all being readied for reunion, but first you must stand sovereign in your solitude. Here's what's going to happen as we approach tonight's exact opposition. The intensity you're feeling will reach a crescendo. Everything that needs to be felt will surface. Everything that needs to be released will present itself. Don't try to control this process. Don't try to analyze or understand it. Just be present with it. Breathe through it. Let it move through you like a wave. On the other side of this wave is a clarity you've been seeking for lifetimes. The validation you craved this morning. That desperate need for someone to tell you you're on the right path. By tonight, you won't need it anymore. Not because you'll have received it, but because you'll have become it. You'll recognize yourself as the validation you were seeking. You'll understand that you are the sign you were waiting for. You'll realize that your very existence, your very questioning, your very journey through this wilderness is proof that you're exactly where you need to be. If you need help recognizing that you are the validation you've been seeking, that your very existence, your questioning, your journey through this wilderness is proof you're exactly where you need to be. Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to embody this knowing, rather than constantly seeking external confirmation. We've taken declassified consciousness technology originally designed to program self-doubt and separation, and transformed it into a tool for self-recognition. Destiny Engine generates personalized sequences that help you become the sign you've been waiting for, not through receiving validation, but through embodying it as your natural state. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to remember what you've always been. The validation, the sign, the proof that you're on the right path. By tonight, you won't need anyone to tell you you're doing it right. You'll have become it. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this embodiment window closes. Link in the description. As this transmission nears its completion, I want you to understand something crucial. The wilderness of meaning you entered this morning isn't really a wilderness at all. It's a chrysalis. You're not lost. You're transforming. You're not abandoned. You're being initiated. You're not failing. You're becoming. Every master has walked this path. Every teacher has faced these questions. Every sovereign being has stood exactly where you stand now. wondering if they'll make it through. You will make it through. Not because it's guaranteed, but because you're designed for this. Your soul chose this experience before incarnation. Your higher self orchestrated these exact circumstances. Your cosmic support team is holding space for your transformation. The entire universe is conspiring for your awakening. The crisis isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. The questions aren't torturing you. They're liberating you. The wilderness isn't punishment. It's preparation for paradise. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up differently. You might not be able to articulate how, but you'll feel it in your bones. The questions that burn today will have transformed into knowing. The validation you sought outside will have crystallized within. The connection you craved from others will flow from your own sovereign heart. The wilderness will have served its purpose, transforming you from seeker to finder, from student to sovereign, from questioning to knowing. This is your initiation into cosmic mastery. Tonight, as Venus and Chiron complete their dance, as the moon continues its journey through Pisces, as you lay down to sleep, remember this. You came here for this exact experience. You're powerful enough to navigate it. You're wise enough to understand it once it completes. You're loved beyond measure by forces you can't yet fully perceive. The wilderness you're in today, with all its uncertainty and questioning, is the birthplace of your sovereignty. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust the divine orchestration. Dear Starseeds, the questions you woke up with this morning, they're not signs of failure or spiritual regression. They're activation codes for your next level of consciousness. The heaviness in your chest isn't the weight of doubt. It's the pressure of birth, of something magnificent trying to emerge through you. The wilderness of meaning isn't empty space. It's pregnant with infinite possibility. You're not losing your way. You're finding your truth. And that truth is more magnificent than anything you've dared to imagine. I am Seraphine. We love you, and we are watching over you.